The top stories: a scholar says Ethiopia's explanations to the wider world resonates its keenness to enhance cooperation among the Nile riparian countries. And USAID launches a new Empowered Communities program to improve health in Ethiopia. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with the latest news highlights of the hour. I am Tabitha John. Do stay with us. FEDRI President Sahle-Work Zewde met and held talks with the president of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC, Kate Forbes, who paid a courtesy visit to the Ethiopian president in Addis Ababa. During their meeting, President Sahle-Work Zewde and Kate Forbes discussed the pressing humanitarian needs and the diplomatic roundtable convened by the IFRC chief last week in Addis Ababa. The IFRC chief also thanked President Sahle-Work Zewde for the robust discussion about the humanitarian needs in Ethiopia and the critically important role ERSC and IFRC play in helping those who need it most. According to the Office of the President and the Secretary General of the ERSCS were also present. The United States launched a new program that will engage Ethiopian communities in health-related decision-making to improve knowledge and understanding of their rights, available services, and fee structures so that they can manage their own health. The $35 million project is designed to ensure all community members, including the most marginalized, have access to reproductive, maternal, neonatal, child, and adolescent services by enhancing services in private and independent health facilities. It will be implemented over 4 years and is called the USAID Empowered Communities Activity. The U.S. will work with the Ministry of Health to build the capacity of civil society organizations, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations, and private sector actors for more transparent, responsive, and accountable health services. The new activity was launched in Addis Ababa and was attended by USAID's Ethiopia's Deputy Mission Director, Tim Stein, Dr. Ruth Negatu, Chief of Staff to Minister of Health, Executive Vice President of Project Hope, Chris Skopek, regional health bureaus, donor agencies, development partners, UN and civil society organizations, and academia, and the private sectors, among others. Water and environmental engineering professor Isaias Alemayo says Nile Basin countries need to foster cooperation in constructing more hydropower projects for the betterment and development of the region. In an exclusive interview with ENA, the professor at Jimma University and adjunct professor at Africa Center of Excellence for Water Management said one of the limitations of this region is lack of capacity in exploiting and managing resources. According to him, Ethiopia has become an example for other countries by constructing and managing such a huge project by Ethiopians. The professor stressed that the GERD is built with the blood and sweat of the Ethiopian people from all walks of life. Professor Isaias further said that Nile Basin countries need to foster cooperation to even have more hydropower projects in the region for the betterment and development of the Nile Basin region. Moreover, the country will continue supplying power to neighboring countries to accelerate the power integration projects already underway in the region, the professor elaborated.
At the former King Abba Jafar's palace. He ascended to the throne in 1878, and the whole Jimma region was described in 1897 as one of the 3 richest and most industrial settlements in the region. And that is because this entire area is extremely fertile, and many different trade routes all converged and went in and out of Jima. We're going to wait for the guide to tell us more. This is the main building, and I know he had constructed several different outbuildings.
This place is a watchtower.
That makes sense. 2 flights up.
Okay, the watchtower for soldiers. It is the for doors. Can the enemy the control place.
It's Kafar.
Yeah.
This side is
From north Limmu Gate. North Limmu Gate.
Limugat.
Limmu Gate. Yeah, the Limmu country around for this area.
Welcome back. A scholar says Ethiopia's explanations to the wider world resonates the country's keenness to enhance cooperation among the Nile riparian countries. Approached by EBC World International Relations and Political Science lecturer at Addis Ababa University, Professor Yacob Arsano highlights through joint investment and scholastic cooperation amongst the countries, the dam could be used for mutual benefits. Teguster Nisa sat down with him. Take a look.
It has recently been announced that the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, has reached its very final construction phase. Speaking with EBC World International Relations and Political Science lecturer at Addis Ababa University, Professor Yacob Arsano stressed that Ethiopia's explanation to the wide world resonates the country's keenness to enhance cooperation between the countries in the region.
Ethiopia's dam is not only good for Ethiopia, but it's also good for Sudan because they have benefited. And Ethiopia's diplomacy and Ethiopia's explanation to the wider world is not that we monopolize water in Ethiopia because it comes out of Ethiopia 86%, and in some cases more, according to some statistics. But Ethiopia does not want to monopolize the water, but Ethiopia wants to cooperate, in any development regarding the water resources, including dam building, including, environmental protection, including, a number of other projects that are related with water development. Therefore, all that is recorded, all that has been proven, all that has been observed by everybody, in Ethiopia, outside Ethiopia, in the neighborhood, internationally. That is why Ethiopia's diplomacy is quite reasonable, and it is a diplomacy based on factual explanation.
Bringing forth joint investments and scholastic cooperations amongst the countries of Nile riparian, the scholar further stated that resources can jointly be used for mutual benefits.
Ethiopia has all the offers, and Ethiopia should make more offers, that, the Nile River is a common resource. So Ethiopia realizes that, and Egypt and other countries must realize this in the same way. So in order to harness this, to develop this, you need to bring together manpower, through education, through research, participation, through joint investment on projects, and making that which country is best for comparative advantage.
He also reiterated that GERD is one manifestation of the realization of Agenda 2063.
Agenda 63 is the agenda that the African countries can go into sustainable development, into self-sustaining development, into exhaustively using, reasonably using Africa's resources, continentally, through cooperation and in each country. So I think this is a great proof for Ethiopians that they will continue to develop until Agenda 63. And other countries can take a lot of lesson from this. And this is an African development, and this can be done by Africans. And that is part of the realization of the agenda, and much more has to be done through planning and through actual, development activities to reach to 69 agenda goals.
GERD, a 6,450 megawatt hydropower project nearing completion on the Blue Nile or Abai in Ethiopia, is expected to be the largest hydropower project in Africa, owned and operated by the Ethiopian Electric Power Company.
And finally, Spanish ambassador to Ethiopia highlighted stronger existing cooperation between the two countries and emphasized further collaboration in various fields. Guillermo Antonio Lopez Maclellan told the Ethiopian news agency that he will step up efforts for a positive spirit of the bilateral relationship between Ethiopia and Spain. Ambassador Maclellan presented his letter of credentials to President Sahle-Work Zewde 2 weeks ago, along with other 16 diplomats from across the globe. Abtamu Ashagri takes it from here.
Approached by Ethiopian news agencies, the newly appointed ambassador noted that Spain and Ethiopia have been enjoyed a very good relationship and his country is actively supporting Ethiopia's development endeavors. More importantly, Ambassador Maclellan expressed the commitment of Spain to further consolidate its cooperation with Ethiopia in the sphere of women empowerment and environmental protection and healthcare.
We are working in different strands. For example, we are improving and trying to help on the women empowerment in the different regions of Ethiopia, also in the field of specialized health in different hospitals around Ethiopia, and finally in our common fight against climate change.
Moreover, the ambassador sees tremendous potential between Ethiopia and Spain for expanded cooperation in the global arena.
I think we have many things to work, especially at the UN level, improving the system of international governance, and also as a member of the European Union we can help for having a more integrated approach in our relationships.
The ambassador recalled the long-standing relationship between the two countries goes back decades, noting Spain's presence in Ethiopia since the early 1960s.
You're watching ABC World, a reminder of the top stories. A scholar says Ethiopia's explanation to the wider world resonates its keenness to enhance cooperation among the Nile riparian countries. And USAID launches a new Empowered Communities program to improve health in Ethiopia. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant time.